Another day, another dollar, man. Another day, another dollar. Know it's late. Had to come through and holler at y'all for a little minute. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to. Hit the notification so you know when I'm up here. Hit that like button for me, y'all. Hit that like button, man. YouTube been playing with the numbers. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Please hit the like button for me. Hit that like button, man. I need it. Need it. I'm at 8,000, go for 10,000. We skipping over 9, man. Please subscribe. Please subscribe, man. But yeah, I had to come up here, man. I've been running all day. I said, let me go out here, chop it up with my knowledgeable people. Get into a few things. I know everybody waiting for me to come back and holler at this glazed dude. The glazed donut dude, man. You can't even pull a person coat out here and give them good information. I ain't even go at him hard. I ain't diss him or nothing. I just was breaking it down, you know. But end of the day, it's all love. It's all good. It's all good. I was gonna get at him earlier today, but I got tired. I was on the truck. Truck got busy, so when I did, I had a conversation on the truck with a few of my homies today. Ro Williams, what up? My boy stay rolling up a nice one. That's what's up. Laid back, chilling, doing the thing. Respect. You already know. AK, what up? You smoke. That's sad, boy. That's sad, man. You need to get off that. Even though you trolling. But yeah, man, I was on the truck, you know, working today, and a few of the homies came by, hanging out, chopping it up and all that. And, you know, we was discussing why a lot of people be having these beefs that we don't know about. And soon as one of them get on the live, their parents or loved ones or their loved ones, you know, be with the, why they do that? Anyway, I'm gonna get back to it, man. Ferrari runs. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't get it. But anyway, I'm gonna still get my point across. So we on the truck, you know, talking. And we, you know, the parents always would something happen to they, you know, when they kids in the streets. And the parents don't like, or should I say, you know, something happened to their kid when they out here running off on the plugs and all that. Something happened to, and even if it's a grown person. Why this happened to my baby? You know, they be going through it. And I get it, at the end of the day, it's their loved ones, but a lot of them don't be, you know, who they act or portray to be when they at home. When they out in the streets, they're a whole different person, morally, mentally, because a lot of this stuff comes with mental when you in these mean streets, man. And you want to be out there hustling and getting money and keeping up with what's going on and, you know, sexing the ladies, riding nice cars or whatever. But the majority of the cats that does this running off with the plug stuff, they ain't never about, you know, buying nice cars and doing the right thing with the money, saving money so they can go to the next level, you know, things of that nature, man. And, you know, I just thought I had this conversation with y'all because my boys, you know, we had this conversation and a lot of that creates the black on black crime, which is unaliving people, man. For real. And a lot of people that do it and is outside in them streets, the streets talk. Streets get information before anybody. And half the time when a person do get unalive, they pretty much know why that person got unalive, because it'll come out later who even actually did it, even if it's this buzz talk, chirp talk throughout the, the hoods, and you could be in New York, North Carolina, far away, talk the information get up there, because everybody knows somebody from every state. Everybody knows somebody from every state, man. For real. You got a mean dice game up there, boy. So, my thing is, man, number one, when the plug give you some work and throw you some work on consignment, and stuff like this need to be shared to these young cats out there that was listening to them records, running off on the plug and all that. But they gotta understand, ninjas done heard all the excuses a person could give a person when a person throw you some work to go and get you some money. And I'm only really having this conversation, man, because a lot of people need to hear this, because this happens a lot. It happens a lot, man. So, one of the things is, if somebody gives you some work, you leave off and go wherever you're going with the work. A few days go by. And the plug ain't bothering you. He might call you up. And when he call you up, you answer the phone, whatever, tell him, yo, it's slow, or this ain't happening, or this ain't happening. You'll chop it up for a minute, whatever, he hang up. A couple days go by. Now he wondering. Like, damn, ain't nothing happened yet. Call you back. Start telling you they ain't really liking it. They don't like the work. All right, well, what you gonna do? I'm gonna see if I can make it happen. I'm gonna still try and see what I can do. All right, plug hang up. Give you a few more days. Now when he call you back, you got some excuses. Oh, this happened. Oh, that happened. But it wasn't good anyway. It still, it wasn't really nothing. All right, but you should have just bought it back. Okay, so where is it at? Oh, I got half of it. Oh, I got this amount of it. I'm waiting for this money to come. Why would you give it to somebody else if you can't pay for it? Why would you give it to somebody else if it's not good? Well, when you think you're going to have it, he'll get a plug, some excuses. And these are stories that is actually, I've heard before, around it before. And a lot of people probably going through it right now. So now when the stories go through, now it's getting more critical. So he like, yo, plug caller, yo, what's good? What's going on? I mean, man, I tried, man, but I don't know, man. You might have to just throw me something else. Why would I throw you something else when you could have just bought it back? I mean, man, the work was garbage, man. It wasn't that. If it's garbage, then where is it at? Because if it's garbage, how could you get rid of something that's garbage? Somebody did something with it. Somebody enjoyed it. So how you don't have the money? So now y'all know the next thing coming after that now, right? Because some people ain't even playing about that money. A lot of people not playing about their bread. So why come up with excuses and save yourself a headache and just get that joint right back. Don't even go through it all that. Give it on back, man. Because now that's one reason that starts these street beefs out here. There's one reason that start these street beefs out here and get people sent to jail and unalive. Period. That's two things. Jail or unalive. Now, here's another one. Plug give you some work. Plug ain't bothering you, letting you do your thing. Week go by, whatever. He don't hear from you. Now the plug gotta call you. The plug call you. You know one of the worst things you could tell a plug that you did? You tell the plug, I had to pay my bills. I got you when my check come. Yo, hold up, man. You wildin'. You had to do what? Pay your bills with my money? How does that even happen, man? How does that even happen? That's crazy. How do you pay your bills with somebody's money and then tell them that you paid the bills and you're going to pay them when you get your check? Now, if y'all had that established, you call them and ask him beforehand, yo, I got some bills I really need to pay real quick, man. I got your bread, but is it cool that I go ahead and take care of this, man, so I can get up out of this hole with my bills? And I'm going to pay you, or did we continue and I won't have to have that headache no more? Now, that's different because it's called communication, man. You communicating. Now, if the plug tell you no, you got to give him his money or her money. Because the plug could be a female too. And I'm only saying this to say that alleviate the tension and the bull crap that goes on out here in these mean streets when a person giving each other, giving people work and something to do. Because if he didn't give you that, how would you have paid your bills? There's a such thing of, calling up your light bill people or your water bill people and get extensions. Your phone bill, get extensions. That's just how it goes. But if you just take the man money or the woman money, that's crazy. Oh, bro, you at the MGM playing them dice, huh? I gave that up a long time ago. I might have a little fun here and there with $5, $10, but we used to gamble all night to break daytime. But yeah, so now you paid the bills with this man money and you expect for him to look out for you later after you pay him. And then what be the worst thing is when check time come, the plug calling, yo, what's good? Oh, yo, I had to go and take care of this other bill real quick with my check. So I know I told you I got you, but I'm gonna take care of it. Just give me some more time. And what they be failing to realize is the plug got people that they need to take care of. Or they need their own money to go and keep maintaining what they are doing if they don't have a plug and they are buying their own. So now this lingers on if the plug really lets you get away with it or don't go crazy on you about it. He even saying, I'm going to just wait, get my bread, ain't rocking with him no more. 9 times out of 10, that person know that once he pay, he ain't getting nothing no more. So now he took your money and did what you want to do with it and keep giving you excuse after excuse after excuse. And this was me and my boys was talking about earlier. The things why these cats is getting unalived or these beefs be happening, because we was talking like somebody always beefing out here or on the news. Somebody getting touched up in Durham or in Raleigh or even in Harlem. Somebody get touched up like every day. It's about something. Half these kids is doing it to themselves over none of that demon time stuff, but a lot of this other stuff comes from a lot of people playing with people's money and don't communicate with them. So now it goes on and goes on and goes on. And he's waiting for his money, and he's waiting for his money, and he don't get it. So now y'all know what happens next after that. If the plug is about that life. And now, this dude comfortable at work, thinking like he gonna keep telling this guy, the plug, about the stories, and he had to do this and had to do that, not paying attention or not accepting the fact of you took this man money to pay your bills, and now you coming up with excuses and you feel you got the right to do so. Some people even say, man, I've been giving you all this money, and now you gonna go off on me just because I paid my bills one time. It don't matter what somebody gave you. You wasn't giving me no money. You giving me the money that you owe me, that I looked out for you for. I gave you that to help you, not to hurt me. And that's another way to start when it comes to you think you're running off on the plug. That's a whole nother way. And it's like, in their mind, they really believe that. Or some people just don't care. They'll try you. And now, you know, these are the reasons for black on black crimes, man. Black on black unalived situations, man. Another one is the big one. When you just stop answering the phone at all. When a person just stop answering the phone when the plug is calling them after they looked out for you and gave you some work. That's crazy. Bro, what you talking about? What hoodie you see somebody about to put on, bro? When you don't answer the phone for the plug, that's called no communication. No communication to the plug means you trying to disrespect them. You basically running off, you taking their money, you saying F them, it don't matter, I'll hit them when I hit them. Call them when I feel like calling. If they feel like calling. Now the plug is upset now. But you still doing whatever you do, your daily due diligence. He probably don't know where you live at. You probably is girl to girl, because if you thinking and moving like that, that means you had no morals and you moving ignorant, man. You moving ignorant. You're not moving as a businessman. Because at the end of the day, it's illegal, but it's still business. It's business. And I'm only doing this right here to show points to the people that really do it. I'm sure it's going to be somebody watching this podcast and going to say, man, that sounds like me. And or it's going to be other people watching this saying, man, that remind me of me when Tony did this or Tony did that. And then you leave a man no choice but to have to come and handle his business with you. And these are the things, if a man don't come handle his business with you or they get out that you took this man's stuff, other people is going to do it. And now that comes with the street stuff. And these are reasons why we turn the TV on and the news is about somebody being unalived all the time. That's crazy. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. What makes y'all think that y'all supposed to be able to do that in this late in the game? All those games been played years ago, and to y'all dudes that be out there that listening to these rap records think you could run off on the plug, man. Y'all are way out of line because that causes friction. And then you got family members that love y'all and they not knowing that y'all are out there doing dirty business and doing dirt to people. And soon as the person bring you the business, and I mean that other business about their money, now your family is looking around like, why would somebody do this? Why would somebody do that? He was a good person. Not knowing you out there doing dirty business. And now here's the kicker with this one. When the person don't answer the phone, they don't know where they at. It's another one. When you're not answering the phone, you did that on the person with their bread. And or you might answer the phone. These can go together. And or you might answer the phone and talk to them and giving them excuses. This what happened. That's what happened. So and so might have ran off on them with the work. Don't never give nobody nothing that you can't pay for. So that'll keep your train rolling. You ain't even gotta tell the plug what happened. Take care of the plug. The plug gonna bring you some more. You make back up for whatever the person ran off on you with. But if not, if that ain't the case, but you still just thinking you slick, but you wanna be on Instagram, be on Facebook, showing your new clothes off, showing your new jewelry off, all over social media, knowing that the plug is out there somewhere, but you too caught up wanting to keep up with the Joneses and show everybody that you're a big dog and you really owing a lot of money. And you're not in communication with the person you owe the money to, but you buying a lot of flamboyant stuff and you being ignorant about the situation. And or they see you on your social media in the clubs, in the strip clubs, popping bottles, throwing money on the stripper, and then you think it's cool. And forgetting that you got that overhead on your head, that tab on your bill, and you was ignoring the plug, not answering his calls, but you all over social media, buying clothes, jewelry, popping bottles, in the club, throwing money on girls. Now, if you're showing that you in that club, a lot of people got it when they came outside of them clubs. A lot of people got it when they came outside of them clubs, man. And that shows the ignorance. It shows the ignorance, man. JJ said, real street knowledge is never take a front or consignment, as you say. Real movers and shakers pay for their stuff up front. That's a fact. That's a big fact. That's the best way to do it sometime. Now, if you know you're a real person to take care of your business, ain't nothing wrong with taking a front or consignment, because sometimes you might need it to get back in, get back into motion. Get back into motion. You pay them, you take yours, you hold it, get you some more pay them, take yours. Now when you come back to them, you tell them, all right, I'm gonna buy this and you throw me this. And then you're doing that to the point where you gotta be like, nah, I'm gonna just pay for mine so I can take my time. Ain't gotta worry about you calling me, and you do it that way. But you absolutely right though, Jay. That's what the real shakers do. When I was out there in the main streets, I had a couple be like, nah, I'd rather just pay for it, man. I'm like, man, I'm gonna throw you something. I got you. They be like, nah, I'm gonna call you, brother. I'm gonna rock with you, but let me do this and do this and do that. I highly respect those type of people, man. For real. That's just what it is. But yeah, you know, back then in the 87s and 88s and all that, it was so much work going around. You had to confront people and throw assignment out there, man. You had to, because it was so much going on. But it was a lot of trustworthy men back then. You had some people that ran off. You had some people that owed money. But a lot of the times when people was getting unalive back then, it had something to do with about the money and people ain't paying and all that, which was a principle behind it, which still don't make it right because you know it's still illegal business and people losing their lives over the illegal business. But like I tell people that always say, yeah, people was ruining lives with selling, drugs and all that. Nobody made nobody buy no drugs. But the more energy that you put into saying that, you should put the energy into stressing that the government bring it over here. Form up some people and rally against the government for bringing them drugs and them burners and all that over here. That's what people should focus on, for real. But that's what happens when you think you could just be at the clubs and popping bottles and owe people some money. See, back in the days, social media wasn't popping like that. It just take a few people that know that somebody owes somebody some money and catch them in the clubs that was popping. For real, for real. Boogs, what up? Salute. It take people to catch you up in the club and then they make that call. Yo, so and so you looking for? He up here to owe you that money. He up here in the club buying bottles and all that. And then that's when it happens. Then a person come up there looking for about their bread. Either they step to him, or if you depends how mad you made the plug. If you made him that mad, he don't even want to talk no more. He gonna wait for you to come outside, and then you done. And now when you done your funeral, your family is mad, wondering why would somebody do this to him? He was a good dude. He took care of everybody. Yeah, he didn't take care of his plug. He didn't pay that money. And that ain't cool. And that's what creates this black on black crime because people is doing it on purpose. When you get the work from somebody, you come up with your own excuse. If work is not good, give it back. Why would you try to keep it and hold on to it? You scared the person ain't gonna give you nothing else? Yeah, that'd be 9 times out of 10. But either or, I'd rather do that than to have to look over my shoulder. And communication is always the key. You gotta communicate with a person. You owe them some money, let them know. Because if they really know your character, then they know that that's not you as well. And I'm only having this conversation because I had this conversation earlier on my truck with my guys. And I tell them these are the main reasons why people get unalive playing slick with the plug, man. And that's a fact. So that's why I'm having this conversation up here about running off with the plug, because a lot of these cats do it and they got these excuses. And they feel like they could come up with an excuse, and then it gets to the point where they don't even want to answer the phone no more because they tired of giving you excuses. And then when you do something to them, and if they you just punch them in the face, smack them, yo, you better get that money, this and that. Yo, why you smack me? Why you punch me in the face? It ain't even gotta be like that. No, it gotta be like that because you ain't answering the phone. You been ducking me. It's going on a month, going on 2 months now. You ain't said nothing about my money. Yeah, we back, man. But yeah, man, communication is always the key. Always the key. But a lot of cats in their mind think that they could take until it get to the point where they answer the phone because I'm running out of excuses to tell them. Problem, man. Ron Book said, can't get slick on the plug. The plug is well loved from all types of people. You won't know who's coming to get you. That's a fact. Harlem World, what up? You will never know, because the plug, once a plug is a real plug, you're looking out for a lot of people. And 9 times out of 10, the plug gonna start asking around, yo, you seen so-and-so when they coming to get work? Or he called around, yo, you know that kid so-and-so from over so-and-so? Yeah, you seen him? Oh yeah, I seen him over there, but I ain't seen him lately. And nobody can really pinpoint you, but probably seen him. And I'm always saying this to y'all cats out there that think y'all slick with running off on the plugs that making those records that people been making. A lot of y'all been thinking it's a game, and a lot of people been getting unalived in a lot of different states. And then, you know, it be due to the fact that y'all think y'all slicker than your own self. As soon as I smack you or punch you in the face, you say, yo, why it had to be like that? It ain't got to be like that. How it ain't got to be like that when you been dipped out, ain't calling a man about his money, ain't saying nothing. He's calling you, and you just straight up not answering the phone. That's crazy that you could take some money, pay your bills with it, and or take my money and do what you do. And then you think that there's not a other side to that coin. And you do it. Like for real. There's always the other side to that coin, man. Y'all need to know. Like, y'all gotta make sure y'all share it, because a lot of these young cats think it's a game, man. And they out. I've been hearing, meaning when I be hearing about, you know, some stuff on the news around here, or people calling me from up top, so and so got touched up, and I'm like, why? Word is, you know, he had older people, and people caught up with him, and like it's the most dumbest thing in the world, man. Dumbest thing in the world. I hate seeing a lot of these, my cats going to the grave without using their mental. And stop thinking selfish. Stop thinking with greed. Stop thinking you just take people money and pay your bills and have fun with their money, and they working and they throwing bricks at the penitentiary to even be meeting with you to bring you to work, and then you disappear on them with the money. So now they double jeopardy, man. You took my money, I bought it to you, I could have got bringing it to you and or meeting you, and now you disappear with my money. Just a lot of books. Salute on the room. They soon I'm working on the release date for the soundtrack. I'm releasing it on Empire. But yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all share this, man, because these young cats need to hear it. These older dudes, man, they should. And if not, more power to them. That means they family already should know how they move if they old and they had to already been running off on people and with their money. And if something happened to them,